Pumpkin harvest day, everybody. We're in pumpkin field and it's time to get ready for this weekend and get some pumpkins harvested for the farm stand. We have quite a few varieties. This is one of the biggest ones here that you just saw. This is polar bear. It grows up to, I believe, 75 pounds. Quite a nice set of varieties that we have here, but time to get them harvested. Let's get to it. Harvest continues. We are down to this unique variety, which is called Knucklehead. It's a really interesting pattern. This one here is the ugliest or most interesting one out of all of these. Really like this pumpkin. Looks pretty cool. Time to harvest some more.
This is the main haul of our decorative pumpkins for the season, and a few more of the edible pumpkins that were not ready when we first started harvesting those. Not really sure how we feel. Maybe a little bit disappointed based on the amount of size of the pumpkin patch that we had planted. But I think once we get these out on display, it's still something to be proud of, seeing what we actually were able to grow here. One of my favorites is this one right here. I just think this is really cute. This is also a winner. Those ugly pumpkins that everybody loves. Knucklehead is what it's called. This one I'm not sure if you look up the names of these. This is a speckled hound. Actually a squash, not a pumpkin, but that one's edible. Some of the jack-o'-lanterns that we picked out look really, really big. Here's one here. Back over here we have some more edible pumpkins that we already had out. Porcelain dolls and some of the rogues sitting right there on top. So now it's time to get these unloaded off the truck. Try to get everything organized onto the pallets that we have set out here for the farm stand. And then take it from there. Bella, ready to get to work? Always, right? We have all the pumpkins off the back of the truck now. We have them cleaned up and organized here at the farm stand. So let's go through each of the pallets, taking a look and seeing exactly what we harvested.
Let's see what kind of mess Kevin made.
You know what kind of mess Kevin made, right? Going to start down here at the very end with this first pallet. This is a pallet of cinnamon girl. These are very small, but they are super cute, and everything seemed to come up pretty uniform with all of these. I think of all the pumpkins that we planted, we had the most uniformity out of this batch here. Those are looking good. Have a full pallet that's there. On the next pallet over, I mentioned these beauties earlier. This green and orange one is called a kakai, and those we didn't have as many of them. Right here, this white one in the center dragon is a polar bear, perhaps, probably a smaller version, or a Casper. We'll see some of the larger versions of the white ones as we get down. And I think that these orange ones here look like a small version of the Igor pumpkin. and we will see some of the larger ones here on the couple pallets down as well. So let's take a walk over here. Here, these white ones again are either polar bear or Casper pumpkins. Then on the back side, some more traditional looking pumpkins, I guess, shaped at least. These are some Igor, and perhaps, what are the round ones again here?
I'm not sure what the round ones are.
So you see the Igor are the more elongated ones, and the next palette that we get to, you can really see that shape very well. Right here. Igor pumpkin, that nice elongated pumpkin. I think this is a version of a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin too as well, so definitely great for carving. Gives you that ability to get in there with some beautiful designs and put some dramatic outcomes on there for Halloween decorating.
Oh, if you don't like decorating, we have one decorated for you already.
Here's the Knucklehead right here, right next to it. So ugly, it's pretty, right? We'll show you one that we are keeping up on display further up so you can see just how knuckly they become. Next palette over, we have more of the white pumpkins. Again, these are polar bears, and the white ones, and then the orange ones are Big Macs. And the final palette, we have that same version, but even bigger right here. We haven't weighed any of these, most of them. I know this larger one here on the back side we did weigh, and that was a 62-pound Big Macs pumpkin that's there. There's the line here of all the decorative pumpkins Dragon counted, and we had, how many, Dragon?
130.
About 130 out of this, which again, as we said earlier, disappointing considering that we have over 20 varieties that we planted of pumpkins, and this is what we got out of our haul. But that pumpkin patch down at the end where we had it placed, we didn't have any irrigation, we never put a hose to it, so this is all yield that came up just based on rainwater. If we had to give a prize, it would go to this guy right here. This is the gnarliest knucklehead that came out of the pumpkin patch this year. You can see those big knots all the way around. So we're going to be keeping this one here for us at the farm so that we can collect the seeds and try to grow some more of these next year, because this one did really, really well. Let's head on under the farm stand tent now. We have a couple of totes here. These orange small ones are called Jack Be Little. And these are great for decorating, sitting on your mantle, maybe even placing on your dining room table as a table setting. And right next to them is the white version, and these are Casperitas, little white pumpkin. And now for the edible varieties that we have here at the farm stand. This first one here is a speckled hound. Technically a squash, but also looks good. These green ones are Marina di Thiaggio or something. I'll pop the name up on the screen just so that we have that correctly there. White pumpkins next door are the Casper pumpkins. Again, these are all edible varieties. Here, one of the disappointing batches that came up are these two because they look so pretty. This one here in the front is a Connecticut Field pumpkin, and on the back is a fairy tale pumpkin.
Fairy tale, we still have some in the field.
Dragon is saying there's still a few fairy tales in the field that aren't ready yet, so those will be added here to the farm stand as soon as they're ready to be harvested. Right next to those is our porcelain doll, one of the better performers that we've had in the pumpkin patch this year, and also really delicious. We've eaten some of these. They taste just like butternut squash, which we love. We have some flat stackers here next to them, and then to round out the edible pumpkins, we have some ugly ducklings, which are the ones with the more of the green hue that's on them. And then some of these that are more of the red variety are the rogues. The rogue, we also ate some of these. These are great for making pies, and they taste really, really sweet. That's going to be it for this video, taking a look at our yield for our first time planting a pumpkin patch. Lots of lessons were learned this year. Being able to try different things is part of the fun. Seasons change, so even though we didn't get what we were expecting from having grown 22 different varieties, we now had a chance to see the things that did really well here. So maybe we'll bring those back next year. The things that did not do so well, maybe we'll swap them out or just grow more of the stuff that we did get that we liked a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely. Between weed pressure and what Kevin mentioned earlier, everything was kind of on the rain without any irrigation. I think we still did okay, and definitely can do some improvements for next year, and looking forward to that. Absolutely.
Yep. So thank you guys for stopping by to check in on us. To all of our new friends here in King George, come on down and see us for your pumpkin needs.
We'll see you next time.
You guys stay safe out there.